You start listing out all the negative consequences, start eliminating them. You understand? Having said that, I also believe plan B is a negative reinforcement. Why do I say so? When you have a plan B, when you have a fallback option, you don't put in your 100% efforts for the plan A. You put in 100% expects, but please be sure whether it is going in the right direction or not. Recognize the failure as and when it happens and come out of it. Today, again, even for established entrepreneurs, even for established leaders, having spoken about emotional stability, many times they are unable to differentiate emotional and rational thinking. They are unable to accept something what they have done is not going in the right direction. So the exit, as much as an entry strategy is important, an exit strategy is also important. When you look at the PLC curve, you have an introduction cycle, growth cycle, stabilized cycle, declining cycle. So I don't, normally my philosophy is I don't allow to go through the declining cycle. Withdraw the product when it stabilizes. Identify the stabilized phase and withdraw it. Naturally, new product will also go through this phase. But you recognize that something is not going right and you should be prepared to kill the decision what you have made, recognizing that it is not the right decision. But how many of us have the guts to say that I have not made the right decision? Friends, please permit me to repeat today, exit strategy is very, very important. It could be a behavior, it could be a habit. You understand? So, we all grew in not so challenging environment. Our generation, when we grew, we didn't have. The first time we had TV was when the World Cup championship was started. That's when we started seeing in the color TV, WCC championship. Till then, we were a black and white generation. It was boring to see. Having a TV itself was a luxury. Having a telephone was a luxury. Having gas connection at home was a luxury. Having a car at home was a luxury. Leave the car alone. Having a two-wheeler itself was a luxury those days. So we were physically fit by design. Cycle was the only mode of transport. Naturally, you were fit then riding a cycle. But today, you start waking up seeing the WhatsApp. Before going to sleep, you don't know whether you can go to sleep also when you see the WhatsApp or get into the internet. So there are both advantages and disadvantages, but unfortunately, we get habituated for the wrong things. So it is important today for you all to know when not to do something and what not to do also is important. These two things nobody tells you because people only like to please somebody. Have you come across anybody who wants to displease you? Unless you want to fight with somebody. We don't want because we all think that why not? So I keep telling my spouse, she believes in speaking the truth. I tell her, don't do it. I keep telling her, don't do it. If your truth is going to hurt somebody, don't do it. And if you can lie and make somebody happy, lie. If it doesn't hurt. Gandhi himself has told that. Gandhi himself has told that. It is your bounden duty, if you can, your lie can make somebody happy without hurting or affecting anybody, please lie. There is nothing wrong. If you can make somebody happy with that lie. So you all started thinking, I think this man is a good man or a bad man. I am trying to be a good man, that's all. I don't know the definition of good man, I am very honest with you. I don't know the definition of a good professional, I try to be a good professional. Because many a times when you don't want to please somebody, you can't be good every time. You need to take some harsh decisions. So I have always said that if you want to show that you are displeased with somebody, You need to show it. Whether it is child or your colleague or your superior, if you you're not comfortable with something, you have to express it. With superiors, you express it politely. With your peers, you tell them upfront. With your subordinates, you tell them a bit tough, so that they don't repeat that. Tolerance is not a good virtue. Tolerance again is not a good virtue. Where we need to tolerate, we are not tolerable. Where we should not tolerate, we are tolerating. Imagine a personal relation with family, parents or siblings. We fight, right? Do we fight with our classmates? We also fight. If they are very close to, we fight sometimes. You can fight with only somebody you can close to. No, you can't go and fight with somebody who walks on the road. Again, I tell my wife, when we have some arguments, when she doesn't like the argument, why you keep fighting with me? I tell her in a very open way. I can only fight with you. I can't fight with somebody going on the road, right? We are only two of us living at home. Daughter lives in hostel. So what is the choice left with? But one thing we have to remember, it's inbound in our culture. We fight to live together. We don't fight to separate. That's inbound in our culture. You understand? So I proudly tell, I can today fight with my customer and still retain him. I can today fight with my supplier and still retain him. Because they understand the genuinity of the reason why I am fighting with them. I fight for the price, I fight for the quality, I fight for the delivery. Either way, both with the customer and suppliers. If I don't fight, without a fight I accept something, the customer feels that he has paid more. And without fight I give something to my supplier, he feels that he has asked less. It's a true psychology. I have felt so. When a customer agrees without discussion, I felt, I could have asked 10% more. Honestly, this is a psychology. All of us will go through the psychological dilemmas. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. Age is never a barrier for psychological dilemma. It is sometimes good because it helps you to improve next time. You understand? That's why I keep emphasizing the physical fitness, because psychologically, if you need to be strong and recognize the opportunity to grow, you need to have emotional stability. This goes together. Having started saying that, please set goals, physical goals. It could be weight, it could be shape, does not matter. It could be walking, measure in terms of steps, it could be jogging or cycling, whatever it is, but please do something. That's important. To a large extent, early morning, don't touch your cell phone. And you set a time when you want to answer the call. People will nothing. The world is not going to change because you answer, you're available 24/7 for them. No, it's not going to change. People will realize. Today, everybody knows till 8 o'clock, I don't lift the calls. Today, everybody knows between 10 and 12, I'm on the shop floor, I will not answer the class. Very rare. Everybody knows. The world will get adjusted to you. You will only have to indicate to them, this is how you are. You understand? So, quite naturally, personal choices are very, very significant today as you grow in your lives. Having spoken very generally so far, coming close to your course, what you are doing. So, I have always said MBA doesn't stand for Master of Business Administration. So, what does it stand for? What does MBA stand for? I have given enough of clues the past half an hour to 40 minutes. It's management by application. MBA stands for management by application. And this one beautiful course, where every course you go through, it's possible for you to try. It's possible for you to, as I said, the transaction analysis. I am okay, you are okay. Win-win situation. I am okay, you are not okay. Win-lose situation. I am not okay, you are okay. Lose-win situation. Ideal is what? Ideal is what? In the three scenarios, ideal is what? Win-win. You should give the comfort to whoever you are interacting with, that he is not losing. I keep telling your customer, your supplier, your colleague, your family is not the place where you should show your smartness. Because the moment the people realize you are smart, they go into a shell. Should never, the best is to appear docile anywhere and at any time. People should take you for granted, only then you will get what you want. If they put you in a frame that you are smart, they will become very careful, and it's going to be very, very difficult for you to do something or convince them. Again, I repeat, customers, suppliers, colleagues, family, friends are not the places where you should show your smartness. Smartness should be confined to the work, the profession, what we are doing. But when you are having human interactions, it should be as normal as possible, as much normal as possible. Very important. Very, very important, especially as a postgraduate. So when we talk about management by application, there are 5 M's what you normally focus on: man, machine, material, money, and then methods. You have umpteen scope in each of these areas, irrespective of what you specialize in. Every employee